In 2020, a woman named Sarah Boone decided to grab her phone, invite her boyfriend over, have some drinks, play a game where the boyfriend steps into a suitcase, she zipped him up, and subsequently killed him by suffocating him. The video is absolutely jarring because he's heard begging for his life and she is laughing, throwing some F-bombs, and enjoying the show. Let's go over a few important details that are brand new. But, of course, before we start, consider dropping me a like. It helps with the algorithm. And if you want to do more, you have options in the description below. Pick the one that fits you best. But if you are new here, I am Alistair Hanzekyo, and this is just my point of view. Let's get started. Let's look at the new lawyer, because she was assigned a new lawyer, a new public defender. Let's take a look at him. But I want you to pay attention to her demeanor. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, ma'am. Tell me your name and your date of birth.
Sarah Boone, 10-10-77.
All right. In this case, you were most recently represented by Mr. Bankowitz. I granted a motion to withdraw. We appointed Mr. Hobson, and we set a status hearing today. Mr. Hobson, where do you stand as far as entering the case, and how much work do you think you have to get done to get the case ready for trial?
Well, let me start. I'll start at the back end, Judge. I would ask the court to set a status for sometime in January. I've had discussions with Ms. Booth before today, and she's okay with that, and I think that would make sense. I've got like a banker's box and a half of stuff I'm trying to wade through, plus the media stuff. So I think that would be the best option we've got right now.
So what off the bat, her energy, she is vibrant. Her hair looks good and shiny and oily. She looks like she's well rested, well fed. I still love her pink handcuffs. Really? Oh, tax dollars, but they're cute. And she is having a good time. She's having a good rapport with Mr. Johnson. You know what that means? Think. If she complains so much about not communicating with Mr. Bankowitz, that means she's doing plenty of talking with this attorney, which means she's content. In other words, he's not rebuttaling. He's not fighting her back on certain things. She's not in disagreements, and she's difficult to deal with. So that tells me that the lawyer is just saying, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, sure, sure. So she's super happy that he's calling the shots. She's even happy with the date that was selected sometime in January. She's like, yeah. She was just like, yeah, in January. So they really strategized together about this defense. I'm excited for her because that will actually stop the letters. It will stop the letters. It will stop the letters. It will get her to focus more on the situation, which will shut her up. It will keep her mouth shut. I mean, put fingers behind her back. She'll stop writing. I've always said she has a talent for writing. Mr. Johnson, show yourself.
Discovery, getting up to speed that you know about before the 16th. If you could bring those to the court's attention beforehand,
yes, so
we can at least start working those problems as they arrive, that would be my request.
Very good.
All right.
I would also ask the court as a caveat to indicate that it's a pretrial conference / status conference.
Sure. So, have the court reflect that I'm setting it for pretrial conference / status for the defense to advise the court how long before they are prepared for trial. I think speedy trial was waived long ago.
4 years on, Judge.
Okay, so I'm just going to court reset it for those dates.
Yes, sir.
Anything else I need to do on Ms. Boone's case today?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Boone will be returned to the Orange County Jail pending disposition of her case.
Yes, thank you, Judge.
All right.
That's all I have.
Okay, have a good day.
All right.
Ms. Vega, are you ready on Hope? All right, let's call up Hope.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? I see you in a bit. I'm going to call you. Oh, this is Sarah Boone's wet dreams, to call her lawyer. That's why she always complained about not being able to reach Mr. Bankowitz to the phone. I'm happy for you, Sarah. I'm happy for you. Look, I'm gonna put out some pictures so you can look. Look at this body language. Look at that. Yeah, so happy. They're like boyfriends and girlfriend. They're really having a good time over there. All right. Good, Boone. Next segment. Here is another interesting nugget. I do have to shout out one of my viewers who pointed me in that direction. Thank you so much. Look, I can't do this without all of you, okay? So thanks. January 2nd, right after we said, Happy New Year! Sarah Boone sent a motion to the court. Let's go look at it together. It's not that long, right? But it's important. Let's go. Comes now the defendant, Sarah Boone, by and through undersigned counsel and respectfully moves this honorable court ex parte to enter an order appointing the following individual: mental health psychologist or psychiatrist expert or other similar expert at an hourly rate and number of hours to be determined by this court, or for a flat fee and number of hours to be determined by this court plus costs. This motion has been filed and submitted to the JAC. In support of this motion, the undersigned states, Ms. Boone is before this court charged with second-degree murder. So what's interesting here is that they waste no time to go ahead and tell the judge that, hey, we're still looking for someone to evaluate, substantiate their claim that that she was not in the right frame of mind when she committed the murder. Not because it was her fault, but because she was a battered spouse. So it's a battered spouse defense. So they found someone. And so they're requesting authorization, I guess, to move forward with that expert. So let's continue. To properly present testimony and evidence relating to the factors set forth by the state, undersigned counsel requires the services of a forensic mental health evaluator or similar expert to review certain evidence and to make a detailed and scientific examination of certain evidence. All right. Recommended/meet with other expert and testify at hearings and trial of this matter. Okay. A duly qualified forensic mental health expert or similar expert possesses the needed skills and expertise that most lawyers simply do not have. I agree. Not just most lawyers, most people. I agree. The expert has the training and ability to collect, understand, and evaluate documentary evidence related to the crime charge and the death investigation, and potentially perform crime scene reconstruction in this case. Agree completely. So the person in question is Linda Duray, PhD, darling, LMHAC, darling, NBFE, darling, CFMHE, darling, is qualified to serve as certified expert in this case. Look, she's so qualified. She's like, she has the entire alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah, you go, Linda. Look, her name is Linda. You go, Linda. Anyway, in ongoing investigations and to provide testimony at hearings and assist in jury selection at trial. Dr. Duray has been qualified as an expert in her areas of expertise on numerous occasions and in diverse circumstances, including in and out of the courtroom. Okay, Linda. She has testified as a certified expert in crime scene reconstruction. Ooh, that's interesting. Because I want her to reconstruct that for me because we saw the video, right? What are you going to tell me that is so different from this video? When she tumbled him down the stairs? Oh yeah, I would love to be reconstructed. Yeah. Or how she fell asleep. Yeah, please do reconstruct that for me. Yeah, Linda. Let's continue. Jury selection and in other situations that have required her expert qualification. She is a practicing psychotherapist in Florida and in total of 11 states across the country. Her expertise is allowed in numerous jurisdictions. She's a very qualified woman. Congratulations. I mean, girl power. No, honestly, no, all jokes aside. Yeah, she's very qualified. Linda can read your mind, darling. Dr. Duray is a certified forensic mental health evaluator, CFMHE. It has expertise in the areas of potential defenses in this case, to wit, battered woman syndrome, domestic violence, personality disorders, battering husbands, infidelity, and alcoholic blackouts. Inter alia. Inter alia means among other things. Like, there's more. Anyway, so look, what's so interesting is that I think she's qualified for more ways than one, of course, inter alia. But look, domestic violence. Oh, Sarah, Sarah Boone beat up her boyfriend too, by the way. So yeah, qualify. Personality disorders. Allegedly narcissistic personality disorder. Yeah, qualification right there. Battering husbands. I told you she put hands on her spouses. Yeah, infidelity. And alcoholic blackouts. It makes me wonder, is it defense who picked her or is it the prosecution who picked her? Look, maybe Mr. Johnson doesn't really know who she is. Maybe he really ate all up her lies. Mr. Johnson, I fell asleep. It wasn't my fault, okay? I didn't do it. All right, Sarah Boone, I believe you. Maybe that's why she's so happy with him. He ate all of her statements. All right. Look, Mr. Johnson's trying to get paid, okay? Leave him alone. Ms. Boone seeks the appointment of Dr. Linda Duray as a forensic mental health expert in this case for the reasons cited above, at an hourly rate, a number of hours, or a flat rate, all based on hours of work and related expenses and costs to be determined at a hearing in this court. As an initial matter, Dr. Duray requires a reasonable upfront retainer in the matter. This retainer may be prorated as this court deems appropriate, based on hours to be worked and expenses and costs. Without the expert and expertise described herein, Ms. Boone will be denied a complete defense in her case. The curriculum vitae of the proposed desired expert is attached hereto as Exhibit A. Look, I think Linda knows exactly what the hell she's doing. Look, she probably runs her own practice. Having her own business is very expensive. And yeah, and there's no better client than a governmental client. A governmental contract is long and good. Okay, it can feed you for at least a couple of years. So Linda, you go, girl. And so she's not gonna change the outcome of anything. Because look, she's the expert and she's supposed to also be impartial. So she's just gonna tell you like it is. So she's gonna be like, Miss Boone is a nutcase. But look, I think it's awesome. I think it's great that she found a lawyer who is going to pretend that he's listening, a lawyer who is proactive into getting her defense that she feels that she deserves, and quite frankly, the defense that she deserves, right? Yes, innocent to proven guilty. But it would be a tall glass of water to swallow. Oh, that's a terrible pop. Oh, there you go. At the end of the day, Sarah Boone is you're not going anywhere. I think like Christine said to me, Olympia, my daughter, will go to high school before she starts trial. Which would be completely ridiculous if that happens. Oh my God. She would have been there for 15 years. I mean, she's going to do life anyway. Allegedly. Oh, Sarah. You know what pops into my head? And I'm sure you remember one of Sarah Boone's letters, she was complaining about how during the holidays, all court proceedings are super slow. She was like, how come my case is not moving? I know it's the holidays, but we are rotting here while you guys are having fun. I wonder how her holidays were. How was your holiday, Sarah Boone? Yeah. She's not yapping so much because she finally found a lawyer who's picking up her phone calls and who's willing to entertain her yapness. And I wonder what she said to him. How are you going to explain the bruises, Sarah? How do you explain the video? How? Well, that's her problem. Okay, so if you get to this point, thank you so much. Don't forget to press like, subscribe if you haven't done so. And Let's Talk is where I just take off my jacket and talk to you a little bit more. Anyway, so a few things. Today was the first day where me and Chris recorded the first episode of what I call PACT Nation Plus. PACT Nation Plus, what is that? It's the second show that's going to be for the members. Please don't shoot tomatoes, okay? I had to give members incentive. Get out of here. So, look, I'll show you a little extract, extrait. I don't know how to say it in English. Extra. Yeah, a little extrait. Check it out. F that. What I would have done, I would be like, look, motherfucker, I'm going to.
Impartial. You're a judge.
That's bullshit.
And bipolar disorder. He'd been through mental health court twice amid a string of violent crimes. For the case today, he was initially charged with assault with a deadly weapon, but pled it down to attempted battery with substantial bodily harm.
Do you think he looks like me a little bit from the eyes up?
No.
Okay, perfect. I was just testing you to see if you thought all black people look the same.
Maybe when he was hitting the judge, he hit me all the time.
That's not funny, Christopher. Are you nervous?
No. Tapping my foot.
Are you excited?
Sure. I was excited to be with you.
Oh, I'm sure when I'm going to edit this, I'm going to see the essence of our dynamics between me and Chris, and some of the quirks between me and Chris, my husband. Why do I say it like that? Like, you want to fight? So the goal here is to post once a week. At least I'll try that. If I can post more, great. But to post once a week is the goal. Let me tell you a secret. We talk a lot about criminals here, of course. But there's another side that I don't know if you guys feel it. I don't know if other content creator who talks about murderers and losers tell you, but it can get very depressing. So a lot of times when there's a story, when I post a story, there's a little of back research that goes on. It's not in depth because I do want to have some sort of natural reaction to things, but I collect an operating flow. I think I showed you last time. Where is it? Too far. Like, how many times do I have to read and know about the murderer who murdered, skewered, sexually assaulted? After a while, it becomes very depressing. The show for members, it's going to be super fun because it's going to be me and my husband. And, you know, normally in our real lives, we laugh all the time. We're idiots all the time. And so it's always fun to have a time together where we just sit there and talk for 30 minutes and just giggle and laugh and be idiots. So that, I'm always going to have fun with that. And it's going to be a good break of talking about criminals and murderers. Yeah. I'm tired. Story of my life. I'm exhausted. This forever cold. My God, Elsa. Put your hands away. What else is going to talk about in Let's Talk? Let's see. I've already talked so much today. My brain is like, stop talking. Yeah, I've already talked so much. I'm human and I deserve pleasure. What am I talking about? Did I brush my teeth today? I don't even remember. Well, I'm going to brush my teeth. Again, doesn't hurt 2 times. Bye. Love you for watching. See you next time.